Ladies and gentlemen, as always, joined by the man, the myth, the legend, star of screen, not so much stage, Hollywood Alan Ian Streets. And tonight we're going to go a little bit different. I don't think we've done one of these before, have we? We've done a watch along. We've done other ones where we've kind of broke things down a little bit, but this is dedicated. Support for this podcast is brought to you, as always, by our boys at Market Squawk, powered by LiveSquawk.co.uk. For all of your on-demand data needs, LiveSquawk powers MarketSquawk.co.uk is their pay-as-you-go service for the powerful LiveSquawk. Listen, any asset class, anything that you want to be trading, LiveSquawk powers MarketSquawk.co.uk. Further support for this podcast is brought to you by xbrain.co.uk. Enter promo code Fighting Words on checkout to save 30% on any of the Xbrain products. And here we go. Oh, you know what? Listen, if you enjoy this or our podcast, leave us a 5-star review. Bang 5 stars on Spotify. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend.
Rate, review.
Exactly. All of that good stuff. All of that. We're growing. We're at 1850 now on the subs. It's not bad.
Go on.
Not sore. Do you remember when we did the end of year appraisal and I said I want 3,000 subs at the end of the year, and you was like, well, that's a bit spicy because we was only about 800. Moving. Bam.
Also, I thought that as the YouTube grew, the audio numbers would go down, but they haven't really. So that's nice.
I think they have done this month a little bit, but then we haven't really done that many this month because it's been busy. But whatevs, right? But YouTube's growing. Audio staying stable. Your boys, hey, maybe this does become the dream that we wanted it to be.
It already is.
Yeah. That's it though, isn't it? You got to do it for the joy. That's right. What it all comes down to. We're going to preview, predict, and have a lovely good old natter, like a couple of old fishwives, like Canelo Bivol. And I have no idea who's on the undercard of Canelo Bivol. I'm sure that the Elon Musk love child is on there. Castro, I'm sure he's bouncing around. He looks like Elon Musk, dude.
Montana Love's on there.
Montana Love. I love Montana Love.
Yeah.
Shout out Montana. And the UFC. So let's go straight in. Canelo Bivol.
Let me bring up the undercard. Go on.
Discuss your feelings regarding Dimitri Bivol.
Love him.
He really is, right?
Yeah.
So for anyone who's not that au fait with Bivol, but they are Canelo fans, which is unavoidable. Yep. Bivol's only 19-0 with 11 knockouts, right? Don't let that fool you. Bivol is the archetypal Soviet fighter. He's had, 400,000 amateur fights. They don't even know. Like when we had Better Biev on here, they don't know how many fights he had. He said it's over 300. He's not sure. You know what I mean? They honestly don't know.
Just fight.
Now, Bivol is strong. He is fast. He is a classic boxer. He has power. He has a high IQ. He can hold you at range. Don't think for a second that he can't fight you on the inside. And I'm going to say something now. I see no weaknesses in Bivol's game. Now, there's people that say he doesn't like it to the body. Who the fuck likes it to the body? No one. People take it better. People moan about, like, Triple G doesn't like it to the body. Of course he doesn't like it to the body. No one likes it to the body, right? So that's that for Dimitri. He is, I think, a very, very tough test for Canelo. And Canelo's Canelo. This is the annoying thing, isn't it?
I tell you what is annoying, Maya. I tell you what is annoying. That Bivol isn't getting the credit he deserves, and that doesn't give Canelo the credit he deserves, because this is a huge step. Like to take this fight is massive, right?
You're like a Bond villain.
Inspector Gadget. Ooh, there she goes. Bivol, fucking monster. There's people in his own division don't want to fight him. Of the kick, so he's fought Joe Smith,
fucked him up,
right? And Smith is an animal,
like completely shut him down. And he's massive. Right? Joe Smith is fighting Better Biev in June for three of the belts. Now, anyone that bets against Beterbiev, I wouldn't be. I said to you the other day, I wouldn't be surprised if you see Beterbiev put on his arse.
Yeah.
But that's you do that at your own peril, don't you? Like,
Yeah,
it goes
exactly.
badly after that happens. But no,
I
you are
mean, I see
right.
him on his ass if he slips, but other than that, no. But that is going to be a fight because Smith will make you fucking work. He's a soldier. Love watching him fight. Beterbiev is just
something else. He's
beast.
something else.
But
he is.
That aside, you look at the weigh-in, like Canelo is substantially like smaller than Bivol.
Substantially. It's like it's the size difference between you and me. That's the size difference.
And he deserves so much fucking, because people think, oh, it's like the odds. I was looking on the odds today. It's ridiculous. It's not even worth betting on Canelo. Like,
what are the odds?
He's just such a favorite. Like, if you put 100 quid down, you get 110 back.
What's Bivol's odds?
Like a lot more than that.
Really?
Yeah. And that's what I mean. It's just madness, because this should be the sort of thing where if Canelo wins, you're like, holy fuck, like this is such an achievement. And it won't be, because Bivol is for the boxing purists. They can see, but from the casual standpoint, like people just sleeping on him. You don't sleep on Bivol. He's like awesome. He just doesn't get the exposure that he deserves. But look, I mean, if he beat Canelo, it wouldn't go down as like this massive upset. It's just like, yeah, I mean, Bivol's a bigger guy and he's a fucking great boxer and he's from that weight division. It is what it is.
Fact. I didn't like that they have him with a black eye in the fight poster. That's a little bit rude. That's a little bit on the naughty side. And you can tell really what is the A and the B side in the promotion, even though they are both kind of matchroom fighters. You are right. Like, you're 100% right there. Like, if Bivol beats Canelo, it will. I don't think it's that shocking. Like, my opinion. Like, I've got 3 paths that the nouveau shaman has seen. I can quite comfortably see Bivol comfortably winning 8-3, 8-4, 9-3 ish, and dropping a majority decision. Right, I can see that happening. I can see us on Sunday, Monday going, what the fuck is Canelo? And he's just chopped him down late somehow, like 11 round, 10 round, 12 round, late stoppage. Or maybe after 60-something fights, we've seen Canelo beaten once officially, 3 times unofficially. We've seen it done, right? He's an amazing fighter, and it takes nothing away from him. If he loses to Bivol, a weight division above, who cares? It's a great fight. It does nothing for his star power. Maybe he goes back to 168. Maybe he says, let's do it again.
Yeah.
You know? Gone.
No, I was just gonna say the scary thing is if he does, because some fighters, they talk the shit and all that. Canelo and both of us at first were like, oh, you know, people coming up weight divisions to fight him. We've discussed this. If you don't respect Canelo now, there's something wrong with you. Like, you don't understand the sport of boxing. Some people will give it all the chat. When he says he wants to fight Usyk, that is a man right there that, why the fuck would you doubt him? Like, he will literally fight anyone. And it's scary that, like, yeah, if he wins this, you know he's thinking about a heavyweight strap. Like,
I mean, you see, we've seen the videos of him sparring with, I know obviously Usyk and Frank Sanchez are not the same.
Yes.
But he does spar with heavies.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was doing remarkably well and walking a heavyweight down and doing all of the bits that he does normally. He's a phenomenal, he could quite comfortably be, if not, he's definitely the greatest Mexican on the cusp of it. He's if he fought Usyk and beat Usyk, that's the GOAT. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Right? Done. Nothing more. You are the man. You know, don't worry about the Floyd loss. Don't worry about Gennady. You're the man. You've done it. Run me through what you think is going to happen.
I do think, with all that being said, Canelo wins.
Yep.
I feel like it'll be tentative at first, like really tentative, because like we discussed Bivol's IQ in Canelo's not like the casual fan. He'll give Bivol the credit he deserves and he'll feel out his power and all that sort of stuff. I do think the body will play into it purely because it's fucking Canelo and there's a size difference. So
yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
But do you not think that I mean, like, listen, from the Bivol side of things, that's going to be like route one. They're going to be like, he's going to go to the body, go to the head. It's how he start. Like Plant. That's how Galib got done. He got.
For sure. But like, you know, like I said, when GSP came down, he'd literally say exactly what he was going to do.
Yep.
And proceed to do it. And it's like, you couldn't have not made that any clearer. You literally said what was going to happen, but knowing it and stopping it are two very different things.
Very much so.
Canelo is just that guy. Like, yeah, you'll be like, oh, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I feel like Bivol's inactivity is going to play a part because he has had those breaks. And
when did he fight? He fought in December.
Yeah,
like December, January time. And then before that, it was Craig Richards was quite a while back, wasn't it?
And then before that was a fucking massive
like a couple of years, yeah.
So, and it's like, he always looks great, but yeah, I just don't like Canelo. You couldn't be more active than that guy.
No, he's the most. The naughty thing is like he could quite comfortably be fighting for second weight undisputed after this fight.
That's
like there's simply no reason for them not to, right? If Beterbiev has taken Joe's belt or Joe has taken Beterbiev's belts, and there's one belt outstanding, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to then do that.
Yeah.
And that's astonishing. And out of nowhere, I mean, that's, again, incredible.
And that's where Clarissa has to kind of simmer down a little bit.
She has to calm down a little bit, doesn't she? She really
because
does
doing it the Canelo way is a little bit different. Obviously, no, like still a massive achievement, but there's still levels to things. And like,
listen, if Canelo got through Beterbiev and beat Beterbiev, or even stopped Beterbiev,
mate, that's
but like it's like fairy tale.
Yeah,
it's mythical. It's just like, all right, I need some drug testing now. Right? I need to see what's in the urina. You know what I mean? So you're saying Canelo? I am saying Canelo. I think that a naughty one might happen, but I always think a naughty one might happen.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a shame.
And it's not his fault. It wouldn't be Canelo's fault. I'm just saying.
It's a shame. Like, it's always going to be a thing. Like, because I was thinking this: if Usyk fought Canelo, he could be in like two of the biggest money. Like, tell me someone that doesn't bring in more cash than AJ and Canelo together.
That's one and two.
So
it really is.
And like, it's a shame because AJ's another one where when there's that much money at stake, you're always going to think, oh, look, even if he doesn't get it, he might. That's why it was amazing that Usyk got that decision. Because you're like, look, you won, obviously, but we've seen it happen time and time again. Canelo's another one of those guys where just from his star power, there's too many dollars at stake for him to lose that it's unfortunate because, like we said, he's warrior through and through. You cut him and that's fucking warrior's blood coming out. He doesn't want it that way, but the sad reality, the business of boxing could be. So there'll always be that asterisk over him, but you always just hope it doesn't come. And he's on to same thing with those like losses and stuff. The thing is, he's fucking young. Like for the experience, he's just coming into age now. And you think what he's fucking accomplished, it's madness.
I'm very okay. So Plant up until the stoppage was a very good, very competitive, close fight.
Yeah.
Right. It really was. And, you know, Plant had all of the tools to be a real problem to Canelo in a very slick way, which has always been the thing. Like Lara was very slick, caused him a lot of problems. Floyd, very slick, caused him a lot of problems. But what we have in Bivol is he's bigger than Triple G. He doesn't fight like Triple G, but he does have that range control. He does have that strong jab. And he does have very, very long levers. And, you know, although Callum Smith got absolutely bludgeoned towards the end. There was a little bit of a period, wasn't there, at the beginning where it was just like, I'm not really sure about this range. I wouldn't be shocked if it's a little, like you said, tentative, 2, 3, 4 rounds.
Yeah.
Maybe Canelo thinks, fuck this, I've got to do this. And, let's just hope for a great fight. I'm going to say Bivol is at least very surprising to a lot of people.
Yeah. Look, this should put him on the map because this is no walk in the park. Like,
no,
he could take this. Like, I feel like that really needs to be hammered home for both reasons. One, it gives Bivol the credit he fucking deserves. Yeah. But also, this is huge. This is like, when they announced it, I was like, this is madness. Surely he can't go up again and fight Bivol. Like,
right? Because it is a countdown, isn't it? It is a countdown before the size does become that much of a factor.
Yeah.
The reach is that much of a factor. The skill set. And Bivol, you have size, reach, and skill set. It wouldn't be that surprising if this was the fight where Canelo just literally got planted at the end of a jab or end of a 1-2. Because Bivol's 1-2 is like a peak Kessler. Like Kessler's 1-2 is like accolades of the halls of war of all time. For that little period where he was true Mikhail Kessler, he was piecing people up. Like, bap, 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 bap.
Yeah.
Bivol is that. And who's to say that he doesn't just keep him on the end of it all night?
Yeah, man. Like, fuck. It just, I cannot wait for that. And respect to both guys for going out there and doing it.
Absolutely. So I fall asleep on the sofa an awful lot now, right? And I normally wake up between 1 and 2:38 a.m. So now, if that happens on Saturday, I'll probably put the zone on. I might even text you, see if you're awake. Are you awake?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working the next day, and I'm still planning on watching both that and the UFC
on live. You're an animal.
Yeah,
I don't understand. It's not okay. It's not.
I watched bloody Shakur Stevenson live as well. Like, it's just like that. My brain gets that fear of missing out. It's just like, no, I need to fucking watch this shit. But what I was going to say is, we've discussed this more with the MMA, that like when you've got two outliers, two extremely talented people, that's when weight matters. Because people are like, oh, he's big. It doesn't matter. If he can't fucking fight, it doesn't matter. But when you've got the elite of the elite, that's when weight matters. And Canelo has already, in my opinion, broken that boundary. Like, he's already proved that because, like, that's why I was like, look, Izzy is incredible, but I don't want to hear about him fighting Jones. Like, that's ridiculous, because Jones is that at a much bigger size.
Stipe, isn't he?
Well, yeah. And that's why the Blachowicz fight was just like, yeah, you know, he stepped up to that weight and it wasn't against Jones. And that's why, and now Jones is even past that weight. But Canelo, like, fuck me, you know, he's just going to push that. And like, I don't think he gives a fuck. Like, he'll fight Usyk and be lost. He'll be like, you know, like,
and
for the heavyweight, like, what else was I going to do?
I've spun around. I'm back to fan now. I'm back to where I was,
mate. It's
so hard not to,
especially too, like you said, with now that he's getting the English, he's a funny motherfucker in English. He's a savage.
He's a fucking menace, isn't he? He's an absolute menace.
Did you see his little daughter sticking her tongue out at Bivol?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
And, you know, Bivol's just like chill, and he's just like, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't know. I mean, it could quite comfortably be a very, very boring fight. This is the thing with Canelo, like, because he always goes for the stoppage. Bivol doesn't always go for the stoppage. If it happens, it happens, and that's very much so. He's like a devout winner. Yeah. Canelo wants to entertain. He wants to destroy. Let's see what happens. You know, you're saying Canelo. I'm saying Canelo 2, which is not that shocking, which is why the odds say that. I'm saying
both of us. Like, I mean, look, I'm saying that, but like,
I won't be surprised if I wake up on Sunday morning and I go on to Instagram, bloody elbow, bad left hook, whatever I go on, and it says, you know, Bivol takes an SD, Bivol takes a UD, Bivol. I can't see. I don't think we've really ever even seen Canelo. Like, we've seen him hurt.
You know, he's
once,
never
wobbled.
been dropped.
That's what I'm saying, and I believe that. You know, I truly believe that. It's not. Yeah, I can't.
And he turned pro 15 fucking years old. That is nuts.
I just can't see him getting hurt. by eventually it's gonna happen, right? It has to happen eventually, and it might be Beterbiev, it might be Cruiser, it could be just that little bit too far. Eventually, it has to catch up with him, which for sure, right? And he's 60 fights in, decent. Do you want to run through the UFC stuff quick?
Yeah, like fucking Oliveira just lost his title on the
Why?
scales 3
Did
times.
he?
Yep, missed weight 3 times, and they've taken the strap. So he's still fighting, Gagey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this now because I put my bets down for the UFC today, and I put a little sneaky one because look, all these fights
on Gaethje.
Well, so I did one with the outliers, and I put a $5 down, and it returns 1,973 pounds or something like that. And I was like, that's worth $5. Like, just more for shits and giggles. Like, fucking.
Was that an accumulator?
Yeah, all the fights, you're like, look, that could happen. Like, none of them are like, God, look, this is set in stone. They could all go. The one that really is fucking with my head is Cowboy and Joe Luazon, because both are OG savages. Cowboy, like, I don't care if he like takes like that dude is just fucking man. So you always ride with him. Luazon too, like they have, I think, between them the most post-fight bonuses and shit like that. So
decent. That's a veterans fight, that one.
Yeah. With the reward of Dana saying whoever loses packs their bags, and so
thank you very much, Dana. Cheers, mate. But he probably does that from a caring place. Someone like a Cowboy is going to work for the UFC, right? It is what it is. Shogun, does he need the cash? Shogun's, how old's Shogun? He's got to be 43.
Listen, the thing with Shogun is, like, how old is he? Yeah, probably like just ticking over 40. But his body is old, man, because he started young in Pride. And if any of the newer fans don't know what Pride is, go back and just watch some like Pride FC. Make sure you type that in. Otherwise, you might go on some other videos. But like,
and what would be wrong with that?
Nothing would be wrong, but it'd be a very different kind of beating. Like, that shit was like stomps, soccer kicks. That'll take it out of your body.
And also very, very, very loosey-goosey drug testing.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, no accusations or anything. Shogun was on all of the gear back then. Like all of them were. All of them were. Like all of them. Like, you know, Vanderlei had veins in his teeth. You know, he had abs on his earlobes. All of them did. They were just enormous superhumans. Listen, Shogun, I don't know why they keep letting him out. It's another one of those where, did you listen to BJ on Rogan?
No.
It's all right. You know, it's cool to hear.
BJ's one of them guys that worries me a little bit because I love him, but he also scares me because I feel
he's completely done fighting. He's completely chill. He's at peace. He's at all of that stuff. But like, he had that little period, didn't he, where he's like getting into fist fights with people on the street.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like running for governor's that much of a like.
No.
Anyway,
right. I can always, I never go against Oliveira, honestly. He's just one of them dudes. He's just a scary, and Gaethje's an animal. I know that. I can see him getting choked out. I can see somehow like getting dropped heavy, and somehow in the scramble he gets choked out. I always go with my boy Chandler. You know that. I have to go with Chandler.
Yeah.
How could I not?
Yeah.
And Fergs is a G, but I think he might be done now, you know.
Yeah, like, listen, he's another one where it's like Cowboy. Like, they're just like, they're the sort of guys you can't rule. That's what I mean. Like, if you saw Ferguson one, you'd be like, yeah, I mean, look, it's Ferguson. He's a fucking savage. But there's a lot of miles on the clock, and it's body can only take so much.
How many miles is that? That dude's got so many miles on the clock as well, dude.
Yeah, it just helps him like fucking smashing dudes with the wrestling. Like,
I mean, did you see the weigh-in pitch? Not the day before the weigh-in picture when he was all like sucked all the water out, and he was mate, it was bizarre.
Yeah,
that geezer is bodied out.
Yeah,
right. I'm saying Oliveira, Chandler.
I got him.
Who's the next one down?
Rose,
always
Rose.
Always. Listen, you know that your boy, ever since she liberated that belt from Aina, I'm always with Rose. And I like the impact fixed their neck. Getting slammed on your neck never ever fixes your neck, but apparently it did. Yeah.
What a G.
There we are. What else did you have on your bets?
Yeah, so I mean, because I did like, you always have the ones that will just make up for that one, just on the off.
Well, no, you know that I don't bet because
Oh,
I'm a soldier of Christ, and you know, I'm pure. I don't even have caffeine anymore.
So the ones that I'm going with are Oliveira, Chandler, Rose.
Yep.
Yeah, look, the main bet I left off Cowboy
Off the accumulator. Yeah.
And Loazon. I did a separate one. I did go with
Cowboy beats him. There's no way that doesn't happen. Like Cowboy is a lot fresher. Even he's just more hardened. He's ready to go. He's always ready to go.
And fucking what fight am I forgetting?
He has to end up in BKFC, doesn't he?
Mate, you know he's got Ferguson. I see that written all over him.
You know what? Yeah, me too. You know what we haven't brushed on even a little bit?
What's that?
That Hatton and Barrera are fighting.
Oh, mate.
And on the undercard is Dan Hardy and Diego Sanchez.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
I might reach out to Dan and see if he wants to come back on and talk all of the hype about the fight.
We should. Also, so Canelo, Bivol, obviously, Montana Love.
Yep.
Against Valenzuela.
It's a good fight.
Yep. Jaylee Zhang versus TBA. You know that's going to be a quality opponent when it's 2 days out.
Yeah.
That Shakram Giazov, Christian Gomez, Velasquez versus Soto.
Yeah.
Espinoza Silva, Mark Castro against Shabi, and Admiranov against Correa. Castro, I like that they're settling down the card now. Co-main for your debut, not the one.
That was a lot.
Kill people's. Yeah.
And he drove out in the Tesla for sure. But he got put firmly. Look, listen, Castro obviously is a very big talent, and he got firmly put on his ass in his last fight, and he got up and won. Yeah, respect. He's a quality operator. Montana Love, I love that dude. Like I just see big things for him.
Yeah, because he's got the personality as well,
and the dog, and the vibes, everything about him. Love that dude.
So yeah,
there we are.
Done.
Predicted, fucking previewed. Done, dusted, now like great review, all of that stuff. How sick would it be if you listen, if you win your accumulator, you have to get it out in cash and just be like this for the next pod. Has to.
Or just have ones come out.
Just have like a little pot of it above you and just be like, and then oh no, all my cash is falling on me. Oh again, oh no.
Take a photo of bed with the bills just going everywhere.
You have to do that. Simply have to. Guys, done. Bosh.
Have a good night, mate.
Bye, mate.